So I'm going to give you a couple of tips here if you're thinking about selling your home. I've actually got 10 tips, but we're only going to talk about three of them here and just briefly. And we'll follow up with some of the others in another video or two. So the first one, believe it or not, I'm going to say is you should find yourself a good real estate agent. You should find yourself. You should interview, feel comfortable with, however you want to do it. Get a referral. Call me. Whatever the case may be, though, find you someone that you can trust, that you can ask questions to, that you feel has your back, and feel is looking for you and your family's best interest. That's much more important, much more important than you think that it is. Okay. Second thing is I want you to go out front of your house. Out front of your house and look at your property as if you were going to buy it. Or look at it through the eyes you had when you bought it the first time, depending upon the condition that it's in. You want to make sure that you've got a really nice curb appeal. Now, what am I saying with curb appeal? Some of it can be little things. How does your front yard landscaping look? Is your grass green? Oh, excuse me. No, I don't edit, so the sneeze is in there, right? Your front door, does it need painting? The eaves around the house. How inviting and nice looking is your house that makes me want to stop my car, get out, walk through the curb to your home? Extremely important. Extremely important. Because remember this, you want to make sure that you have your property in the best light so that someone else is looking to buy it and you're not just you. What I mean by that is something might look great to you, but does anybody else in the world like it? I mean, considering you're trying to sell it, that's a pretty big point. Declutter your home. Now, I know people talk about staging and this and I'm not saying do, don't, whatever, but definitely declutter. Now, what do I mean by declutter? To me, I mean this, particularly about the size of your rooms. Let's suppose you have larger furniture, or you just have furniture that you don't use, but it's decorative pieces. But what they do is they take up a lot of space in the room. So if you happen to have a room where there are people like myself that are larger sized in the same room, it sucks up so much space. You can't really tell, the buyer can't really tell how large the rooms are. So you want, like if you've got in your master bedroom, if you've got a huge bedroom and a couple of sets, drawer sets and all of that, and there's some stuff that you don't use, man, put that stuff in storage. Put it in the garage. Get it out so where that the room is larger. In your kitchen area, do you have a lot of stuff on the counters? You know, do you have a lot of stuff there, but it's not really being utilized daily? You don't need to use it as part of your everyday life. Declutter that stuff. Make your rooms larger. Make everything appear nice and fresh. And lastly, that we'll talk about now, do you have some obvious repairs that need to be done to the property that you have the ability to do prior to putting it up for sale? Now, I get it. There might be things, and financially, you just might not be able to afford to do them at that time. Or it might be just a time factor. Yeah, you could pay for it, but you don't have time because you need to get the house up for the middle. I get all of that. But if you know that there's something wrong, if you get it fixed prior, it's going to be an easier transition for that buyer. Meaning this, you might have a leaky sink where it just kind of, slow drip in the sink, or that slow drip thing, right? Well, you're used to it. It doesn't bother you. The buyer's coming in thinking, what kind of plumbing is it? Is it copper? Is it galvanstone? They've got a leak. So for something that may need a washer, a 50-cent washer, the buyer is thinking it needs to be replumbed. You follow me? If you can do little stuff. If you happen to say you had a leak at some point in your roof area and it's fixed, but you never got around to the discoloration in the roof. Fix that, man. Fix that. Your buyers are still going to do a physical inspection. I'm not telling you to cover anything up. I'm just telling you to fix stuff. Fix stuff if you can. If you can't, that's cool, but understand that those are going to be possible obstacles or challenges you're going to have to deal with before you close. Hopefully you got a few tips from this. I've got more coming, but I hope you have a great day. And if you have any real estate needs, feel free to give us a call.